Aloha headsets, it's your boy Frank, and it is time for the Frank Show. Now we have some amazing news for you today. Your boy Frankie got his hands on a beta key for 5.0, and after testing it out, playing around with it a little bit, I gotta say it is gonna do wonders for Immersion and PlayStation VR gaming. Now you may say to yourself, Frankie, how could an update really do that much for us as gamers? But boy, I am here to tell you that it certainly does. Now, first and foremost, the quick menu has been completely overhauled. I mean, it is top notch now. Your notifications are there. And by adding your notifications to the quick menu, let's say you're playing something like Farpoint, you're playing a game, you know somebody sent you an invite to join in their game, but you have to jump all the way out of your game. Go back to the main menu, hop up to notifications, scan over to the notifications, and then enter that game from there, which you lose your immersion because you have to break the menu. You have to waste all this time going through the menus. Boom, not anymore. 5.0 fixes that. Notification is right there. Next up, another thing, parties is in your quick menu. Create one, join one, leave one, fix your settings, do whatever you gotta do, but don't leave your game. You don't have to, like I said before, jump out, go to the main menu. Now you are in the game, which is, in my opinion, fantastic, because that was one big immersion breaker for me. Now finally, the next really big thing is that we're gonna have chat comments when we do live streams. Now, at the moment, they're right in the center of the screen, which is a bit jarring, but hey, I'm glad that I finally get to see who's talking to me, and I can call you out and shout you out like you've been asking for, which is fantastic in my opinion. Now, one other fantastic and wonderful and phenomenal improvement that, although it doesn't really do a lot for me because I don't watch DVDs or Blu-rays, for those that do, you're going to be big happy campers because you're getting complete virtual surround sound when playing on PlayStation VR. Yes, on DVDs, on Blu-ray, DVDs, doesn't matter, it works perfectly. And I already tested it, it's great. This is the most immersed you can be for a home cinema. I mean, you're in there with a giant screen, your own personal sound. How could it get any better? Now, there's a handful of other changes having to do with like your family setup. You can change the color of notifications. Oh, wait, one other thing. Let's say you got a giant friends list, tons of people. You already know only a handful of them play VR. And then out of those, only a handful of them own Smashbox Arena and like to play it with you. Now, you can create custom tags for your friends and group them into their own separate groups. That way, everybody who's got a PlayStation VR in one group. You can check that, see who's online, see what they're playing, bada bing, bada boom, and you're good to go. Makes it much easier to sort your friends out, and you're the only ones that can see it. So, if you set it to something to like people I don't really like to talk to that much, nobody's gonna know other than you. Now, another thing is that if you're live streaming and you have a community, it will be attached to your live stream. So anybody checking out your live stream can click over to your community and check it out from there, which is pretty cool because my community is hopping. There were tons of people hanging out in there all day. I showed you guys how to join it up the other day. They're giving away codes, they were answering questions, they're joining up playing. It's beautiful. I mean, we grew like 200 members in the past couple days. We're so close to 2,000 members, and I can't thank you all enough. And if you're not a member, you gotta join. I mean, it's the best way to meet up for multiplayer games. Find people talking about PlayStation VR. Everybody's extremely hyped. Now, like I said, there's a couple other things in the update, but really that's not what's important to you guys. I went over what's the most important things. I'm really loving this update so far, and so far so good, fingers crossed. Now they gave me the option to jump back if anything breaks down, so don't worry, your boy Frankie will not have any technical difficulties. Now, one final little note. Now, I started a second channel, and don't, for all of you getting your panties in a bunch, don't you worry. PlayStation VR is my heart and soul, and she ain't going nowhere. I am on this channel every day. I live stream every day around 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you haven't checked it out. Tomorrow we're doing this afternoon, we're doing some sports bars, so come through and check it out. But please, you guys, go check out my other channel. If you're into the Oculus Rift, you want to see some news, see what kind of games are going on, if you got got a Rift, and your boy Frankie's got you on the content. It's not the same as this one. It's not as conversational, having fun, joking around. That one is going to be a little bit more bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. That's your information. So please, do me a solid, check it out, maybe subscribe, but more importantly than all of that, thank you all for coming through. You're the most beautiful audience in the world. I can't thank you enough, like I do every single day. It just still surprises me that you come back through, watch videos, leave comments, hang out, join it. Hey, you know the spiel. I love you all. I can't say it enough. And as always, if you want to stay up to date on everything PlayStation VR and you don't mind this ugly mug, friggin' subscribe. I mean, come on. Smudges. Alright.